I'm Paul Van Squike, Taekwondo Guide, and this is Topic Tuesday, where people send me questions and comments about Taekwondo, and we talk about them. Hey, if you're from the United States, did you enjoy your 4th of July? I know I did. Got a lot of sun, had a good time, took that week off from teaching classes and making videos, but now I'm back. You know, I noticed in my YouTube statistics that about 20% of the viewers of my channel live in the United States, and then about 20% live in India. The rest are mixed throughout the world. If there's anyone from India watching this, when's your 4th of July? You probably have something very similar. You had a British Independence Day as well, didn't you? When's that? Is that a fun celebration for you guys? Do you shoot off fireworks too? Is it a good time? Just curious. All right, let's jump into our topics. Our first topic comes from Useless Dude, who writes, "Hello, sir. My question is, how long does it take to be a Taekwondo coach?" Well, you probably already know my response. My response is, of course, 33 months. 33 months. No, I joke. It's hard to put a finite number on these sorts of things, but I think you can be a Taekwondo coach pretty much right out of the gate. I got the opportunity to do a few months of training in a traditional Okinawan karate style, and the dojo operated very, very traditionally. If you don't know, the way that Okinawan karate was traditionally taught is sort of a family style. So the sensei, the head sensei, is kind of like the father figure of the household. And then you have the older brothers, younger brothers, and so on. And so when you start out, you're like the new member of the family. And the interesting thing about that is you learn a lot of the content, not from the head sensei himself, but from the older brothers, the senpai in Japanese. Now, there's pros and cons to every method, but one of the great things about this approach is that each student is responsible for not only learning the material they need to know, but transmitting it to the next guy, which makes them a custodian of the information. And the problem I often see is if you don't do that, if you don't put that expectation on students, they tend to look at classes more like a form of entertainment rather than education. And so they may learn what they need to learn for a belt promotion and then forget it until they need to promote again. And gosh, is it frustrating when one student needs help with something and nobody can help them but the one instructor of the class. That's a bad place to be. So I saw this environment and really wanted to adopt elements of that for my own adult classes. I think it should be an expectation of students to be custodians of the information they've been given. Now, it's a little harder to expect that out of a 5-year-old, but certainly anyone of age should be able to teach what they've learned to the person behind them. So, in simple form, if you start out as a white belt and you promote to a yellow belt, you should be able to coach all of the white belts who come in the door in how to become a yellow belt, because you've already done that. Now, do you know as much as the head instructor? No, but they don't really need that level of detail at that point. They just need what you know. And if you approach your training in this way, where you're going to be responsible for bringing other people up to your level, I think it'll be a much more fulfilling and a much faster track to learning the goods, the high-level knowledge of the art, rather than, again, showing up and trying to find class as a form of entertainment. So start coaching right away. As soon as you know something that someone else doesn't, you can coach them. Now, if you're asking when you should open a Taekwondo school or something like that, well, you probably need to get at least to black belt. If you get to black belt, you'll know enough to take beginners up to the black belt level. And then you can also affiliate with someone who's a higher level. They can test you as a black belt and can test your black belts. But there's no set in stone marker as to when you should do something like that. For me, I was a second degree black belt, and I had maybe 6.5 years of experience. So I was like freshly turning second degree black belt. And I can't say I was the most well prepared for running a school. Not at all. But that's how you learn. So, should I have waited? It's kind of like sparring. You can keep training in class and hope to get better and better before you compete, but your competition might be starting earlier and they're going to keep getting better, so you might as well just jump in and do it early. That's my take on it. If it's something you want to do, jump in right away. Just start small and expect to make a lot of mistakes and learn from those mistakes. All right, next question from Marco TKDD. Have you checked out TKDD, which equals Taekwondo Defense? I don't know what that is. I tried to look it up and all I got was like typical Taekwondo self-defense drills, so I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. If you want to send me some links or something like that, I can take a look and I'd be happy to discuss it. All right, from Precisionist Anti-Fear. Never know if I'm saying that right. So, Master Paul, your fan here. Please, for the next video, if you would, please do a video on sparring strategies, counter kicks, or offensive kicks with a demonstration, please. All right. Well, as you know, I put out a lot of content on this channel. It's all free for you to check out. I do have my website, tkdguide.com. It has some free courses on there, but I don't give away every single thing. And I do have a video on this very subject, actually a series of videos in a course on Taekwondo sparring. It is a mere $15. I promise this channel does not make me wealthy. I think YouTube pays me something like $100 a month, and the amount of time you put into videos doesn't really stack up on that. So, hey, if you want to throw me like a tip for doing the videos, think of it that way. You can buy that little course on sparring. It's a mini course. And whenever I see a purchase come in, it just makes me feel better. Like, hey, people are valuing what you're doing enough to throw a little tip your way. So consider that if you want to see some sparring stuff. I already have it. But that one, I am not giving away. Sorry. I do give a lot away, but I'm not giving that one away. But check it out if you're interested. Okay, next. Another question from Useless Dude, who writes, hello, I have a question. Where can I buy martial arts mats? I've been building a home TKD gym, but I don't know where to find good mats. The mats that I use come from a facility called Quan USA. Why do I buy from Quan USA? I do like their products, but here's the big one. I can drive to their location. It's only about an hour from me, and then drive the mats back. It costs a fortune to ship these mats. As far as I've found, you can only do it by freight. So you have to get a lot to make it worthwhile. It costs a fortune to ship these mats. So I don't know where you live or anything like that. I think most of the mats are going to be of the quality that you need for a home Taekwondo gym. So what I would do is run a search on your Google Maps or Apple Maps and try to find a martial arts supply store that's actually within driving distance of you, and then you can use your vehicle or get a friend with a truck or whatever to go there and pick up the mats yourself, because shipping is where you lose a tremendous amount of money. So that's what I would do, is find the closest place, more so than worry about the brand itself. Well, that's all I've got for questions this week. You guys know the drill. If you want me to talk about stuff, you've got to leave some comments for me. So go down to that comment section, leave some comments, and I'll be happy to talk about whatever it is you want me to talk about for Topic Tuesday. Thank you as always, and enjoy your training. Until next time.